Oh, hey. How are you doing there, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community? And welcome to a SCP-420-J break, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. I did not expect to be doing another sunglasses stream so close to the last one, but you know what? It just so happens our 1-year anniversary party and our SCP-420-J days are just gonna be together right when you recover from one. Slam jam, it's party time again. Yeah, that worked. And so welcome to our chillaxing day. You might have remembered a long time ago we had a scenario, an accident, where someone gave our friend slash contained anomaly slash connoisseur of ass, the butt ghost, SCP, whatever its number is, I forget. But someone gave the butt ghost a hit of SCP-420-J. And when it coughed, it went through all the pipes in Site-42, which caused an entire higher elevation status in the entirety of the site. Well, we learned from that event. We learned that we could do it on purpose. And so that's what today's about, people. I hope you're feeling relaxed. I hope you are feeling a nice, higher elevated state. But before we get into the standard stream, Q&A, all of the standard diggery-doo, a reminder that even though this is an SCP-420-J break, we are still here for some intellectual briefings about the goings-on within the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups who try to stop us from containing them, yeah, that. And then, of course, hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level. Perhaps a higher pataphysical narrative level. See, you see what I did there. Regardless, we're going to have a good stream today for the next 90 minutes to 2 hours, I reckon. I think that'll do quite nicely. But before I begin the standard Q&A and discussion, let me do my opening stream housekeeping. Starting with Sleepless Dragon. Congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e. congratulations on being first chatter. Furthermore, alongside you, CD23, Dr. Lovelace, Too Many Names, 369 Destroyer, Dr. Wesper, Corrupted Nihility, Froy, Titanborn, Blue Phantom, Legendary Doge, Battle Blaster, Puppet Boy. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. You right under the wire, Fanta, you too. Thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being a member. Now, Ella Sprite, Steven Universe fan, DJ, Opal, 953, and Minty Andrea. Thank you for being here punctually today, and thank you for being here today just for being you. What the hell? Also, Intern Tomb, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Now, we've got a couple of sponsors today, everyone. A couple of sponsorships. First, we've got the Site Director Sherman plushie. Hold on. The Site Director Sherman plushie at the higher elevation. Yes, perfect. The Site Director Sherman plushie is available for the next 23 days. You have 23 days for this one-time printing. So you can head to the link in our pinned chat / description of this video in the VOD to grab your Site 42 Director Sherman plushie before they're gone forever. Thank you for supporting the channel by getting our sick little dude here. Furthermore, our sponsorship is not being paid by, but it's putting forward support for our SCP filmmakers over at Fisk Productions. Because Fisk Productions has chosen to make their next SCP live-action short film a When Day Breaks short film. And so we can check out their little video here. Sun doesn't give life anymore. It takes it. This is plot of our next film. Hey guys, this production's here. Look at those baby faces. Just a bunch of cutie pies. Making creepy, horrible films. A few years after the events of SCP-001, When Day Breaks, following a lone survivor, world, we've already begun making some concept art and starting on the script. We kind of want to do a sort of like. So I'm not going to show you the whole video, but you can go over to their channel, make sure to comment so it gets some support. But I want to warn you, small warning, minor warning, they are not doing a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or anything for this. They want our support, they want our engagement, and they do want money, but they are asking for money through a standard PayPal. Now, this is always a slightly riskier endeavor. Me, myself, I did donate to the cause because they say they're going to make the film regardless of how much we give them, but the money is going to go toward improving said film. And since they've made 2 projects in the past, I am having a little bit of faith, and I'm only donating a little bit. But if a lot of people give them a little bit, maybe they'll have more resources to make this thing. So, keep your wallet safe. Do what's right for you. Do not overdonate. This is quite simply a generous donation to a possible film that probably will get made. This is the least steady version of this we have outside of like Kickstarters, like SOM Studios. I always got to be safe about that because we try to support indie creators, and sometimes that means we're at the bottom of the barrel level where it's like, all right, well, we're just kind of flying by night here. I'm giving them the shot, but it's up to you if you do. Keep that in mind in the future. I already sent them a little token, my appreciation for Blind Vector, to say, hey, give us more with the SCP When Day Breaks thing. What's with the Ponce hair? Intern Ian, you're harshing my vibe, man. My hair is great. You should learn some respect. Not gonna harsh my vibe for a douchebag. Especially not on a chill day such as this. Now, I've seen a couple of Site 42 donations come in, and I will handle those before we get to the main stream subject. Sleepless Dragon, thank you for sending a combo of 40 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure those shiny, twinkly skies are making them quite happy on their elevated journey, so to speak, so to speak. Furthermore, I saw a Ko-Fi notification. I want to grab that before I forget about it. Lord Dragonic, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member, and thank you for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi. The Ko-Fi only taking 3% of your donation for fees, while YouTube Super Chats take 30%. So definitely when you go through the Ko-Fi, we appreciate it greatly. Grab yourself a... You need some brownies on your way past the commissary, that's for sure. And you sent SCP Object Report, the object labeled SCP 4 digits redacted. Danger Cradle has the following abilities. Links to a single host, speeds up when the host's life is under threat, grants the host greater than normal danger sense proportional to cradle speed, unbreakable, and swings endlessly. So your little Newton's cradle anomaly you were telling me about, yeah. So it speeds up when the host's life is under threat, and it generates greater than normal danger sense proportional to cradle speed. You know, I don't like that it swings, that it changes speed automatically. I think that makes the anomaly too powerful. Were I making this anomaly, I would have someone, a D class, who's assigned to keep swinging it. That way, you're in a constant state of awareness, rather than having it magically set itself up. But that's just me. That's just me. And there are a million ways to tell the story. This is just my first impression. I'm just seeing what I'm saying when I'm seeing what I'm saying. All right, returning to the chat, refreshing it so I can see what's being said now. 100 stars. Thank you for sending a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will keep it 100 at your specific urging. Now, let us do what is important to celebrate this highest, this highest of holy days, which is to read from the SCP-420-J documentation. And once we finish the documentation reading and the extended testing log, we will move on to general Q&A for the remainder of the stream. So, SCP-420-J, codename, the best redacted in the world. Now, I will have you know, this article just hit plus 1,300 upvotes because I just upvoted it. It turned out I hadn't upvoted it. That was a crime. So it went from $12.99 to $1,300 live on stream. You're welcome, SCP-420-J reader. So, item number SCP-420-J, object class awesome. Note, hey man, that's not a real class. You gotta make it safe or something. Signed, Dr. M. Oh, yeah, you're right, man. It's totally safe. Signed, Dr. C. Object class, awesome. No, correction. Totally safe. Special containment procedures. We keep it down in room redacted in the basement of building redacted at site redacted. The password is redacted. What are you doing, man? You can't just tell everyone where we keep the redacted, because then everyone's going to want to come and get some. Signed, Dr. M. Hey, you can't say redacted in the articles, man. Oh. Oh, redacted. Signed by Dr. C. Description. Okay, so I got this stuff when we were down in Jamaica. Really strong stuff. Lots of blue and red mixed in it. Good redacted, man. Me and M were smoking that stuff down there, and redacted and skinny redacted. When M says, he says to me, hey man, we should take this stuff back and send it through that machine that changes things and make things better. And I said that was an excellent idea. So we did. And so that machine, of course, they're talking about is SCP-420-J, codename The Clockworks. Too much redacted. Oh, pencil duster. Yeah, this article was written in the old age of 2009. 2009 is when this article was written. So yeah, right in the clutch of our black marker redaction craze. Woof. But all right, back to the article. Man, we tried it on very fine first, and whoa, we were laughing for weeks. Sucks what's happened to redacted, though. Still funny as redacted, though. Signed, Dr. M. So we get this really great redacted out of the machine, and me and M try it out. We're like, whoa, man, that is some excellent redacted. But then we used it all up and didn't have anything left but the seeds. And we figured we couldn't just get rid of them, so we decided to plant them and grow them. And then M was like, hey, man, what about that dirt that makes redacted grow real fast? Have you realized what the redacted is yet? Have you figured out what redacted means in this article? Anyway, the dirt is SCP-124, by the way. Codename Fertile Soil. So, what do we put in that dirt that makes it grow real fast? And I said that was an excellent idea. So we went and got some dirt and planted the seeds in it. And oh, wow, man, that is some excellent redacted. Pencil duster, don't forget. There are plenty of these that are actually just the word shit as well. That's some good shit. That's some rad shit. I'm spoiling. These are spoilers. Spoiler warning. Ah, no, he spoiled it. He spoiled the redacted. I mean, many of them are we. They're interchangeable when you're talking this. I just want to make sure we got our representation properly balanced. Dr. Sherman, can you put on Because I Got High by Afro Man? I don't know. Can you hear my ambiance right now? Because a lot of good it would do. Thanks, YouTube, for messing with my tech. Sheesh. Trying to see if I can futz with the microphone, but it's on the thing where it shouldn't have any problem with it, but it's still having problems with it. Frickin' A. Junior researcher HLG, happy birthday to you on this, the highest of holy days. Good on you. All right, so here's our experiment log starting line for the basic document. Test 1. We should give some of this redacted to that big lizard thing. It'll totally mellow him. Signed, Dr. Redacted, or C. Yeah, man, but what if we get some munchies? Says Dr. M. Furthermore, test 2. Man, I gave some of this redacted to Josie, the half cat, and she chased her tail for like 2 hours, said Dr. C. Note, animal testing of SCP-420-J is no longer allowed. Junior researcher redacted, R is the first initial, has been identified in security footage fleeing site redacted in a stolen maintenance vehicle with an SCP-420-J affected canine. Further research pending. Next up, Dr. C says for test 3, we should totally give some of this redacted to Iris Man, as in SCP-105. Dr. M responds, man, quit trying to get laid with that redacted. So, that is bad policy. Don't try to fraternize with the anomalies. I don't care how highly elevated you are. Test 4. Oh man, let's give some of this redacted to, what's his face? That kick-ass guy. Dr. C is, of course, talking about SCP-732, codename the Fanfic Plague, which confuses me because I thought they were talking about Abel. What? No, that is in fact 732. Very good. How redacted I say, gentlemen, your SCP-420-J certainly causes one to experience the most extraordinary of sensations. This, sirs, is indeed quite excellent redacted. Key smash, do that. Signed, Dr. M. Man, they are tripping out. I haven't even heard of 732. I'm learning things today. That's what we do in these briefings. We learn things, people. Next up, test number 5. Hey man, what if we gave some of this redacted to that freaky statue thing? Dr. C requested. Dr. M responded, why man? He's like already stoned. Disciplinary review. Upon discovery of this extremely unprofessional behavior, all remaining samples of SCP-420-J have been confiscated. Signed, Dr. Clef. Addendum. Can anyone tell me why Dr. Clef just walked in here demanding stir-fried noodles, pizza, corn chips, and dark chocolate? He was smiling, too. What the fuck? Signed by the commissary staff. Addendum 2. Redacted, man. He even took the stash of seeds in my redacted, said Dr. C. It's all right, man. I know a guy in redacted, Dr. M said. Addendum 3. Where can I score some of this redacted? Signed by a Dr. Fredericks. I must assume is SCP-423. Yes, I am, of course, correct about that. Because I'm correct about everything. I am the SCP science guy. Forget about that thing I was wrong about earlier. Doesn't count. But then we have one more page before we get to the general Q&A. The extended 420-J test log. So yeah, remember a while back when me and M got a hold of that excellent redacted, and we were like, whoa, holy redacted, that is excellent. Then we shared some of the redacted we had. Well, M's like, dude, we should do that again. And I'm like, yeah, man, we totally should. And so we did. So let's see who else they gave the redactedest redacted to. Test 1. Hey, man, you already used that one in the last thing. Signed, Dr. M. Oh, yeah, hold on, let me count. Signed, Dr. C. Test a billion. What the? Man, you can't even count that high. Fix that redacted, says Dr. M. I know something about that. When you're a dance teacher, you're not allowed to count past 8. It's in the rules. So, test A. Hey, man, I gave some of this redacted to that dude with the arm, signed Dr. M. Dude with the arm being SCP-1193, codename Buried Giant. It's just an arm sticking out of the ground, man. Wild stuff. Dr. C asked, did he like it, man? I think so, man. He gave me a thumbs up. So yeah, I guess a giant arm liked the redacted. Good, good, good. I know it's good stuff. Transcript for SCP-1193-2-WDY-4. All right, so we get to know what the giant said. Dr. Ernest is on the phone with the giant. Hello, who is calling, please? Dude. I'm sorry? Oh my god, man, it's just... Dude. I'm sorry, I don't understand. What are you talking about? Dude, this redacted is excellent, man. What's this redacted you're talking about? Oh, redacted. Sorry, man. Gotta go. Dave's here. Call terminated. So we got so the Giant's in a good mood at least. Then we move on to test B. Test B starts with Dr. C saying, I gave some of this redacted to those hot cat girl chicks, man. SCP-2085, codename The Black Rabbit Company. No hot cat girl chicks. No. 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 You will not. No. No requests. All requests denied. We do not fraternize with the anomalies. It's against protocol. I don't care if they are, quote, hot cat girl chicks. Not no way. Not no how. Anyways, Dr. M responded, I told you, man, stop trying to get laid with that redacted. Besides, man, they can totally kick your ass all the way back to LA. I know, they totally did, man. Totally worth it, though, man. These chicks really know how to get spaced out. And that is a footnote to the Stealing Solidarity Hub, a canon about cyborg cat girls. No! No to your requests about the cyborg cat girls, too. Just saying. Next up is Test C. What do we get some of this redacted to that dude that doesn't like anybody? Maybe it'll mellow him out. And in this case, they're talking about SCP-1171, codename Humans Go Home. And that is a alien racist from another dimension. We can only talk to that alien by writing in the fog on a window. And the alien writes on the window from the other dimension on the other side. But yeah, very racist against humans. The entity responded, go away, monkey man! You don't deserve this redacted! I just wonder how they got the redacted to the other dimension. Huh. Anyways. Test C. That's what we just did. Test D. Hey, man, what happened when you gave that redacted to that basketball game? This is regarding SCP-1733, which is a VHS tape of a basketball game that if you rewatch it, they remember the previous iteration. And so they can remember that they figure out that they're like time looped or something. It's a really cool article. Very cool old school article. But how did you get the redacted into the video cassette? Huh? Anyways, Oh wow, man, it turned into a dead show. Oh yeah, man, was Jerry there? Yeah, man, he looked pretty good too, for being dead and all. All right, so the basketball game became a Grateful Dead concert. That tracks. Test E. Hey man, let's give some of this redacted to that weird clown guy. Bobble the Clown, SCP-993. We don't need a murder clown. It's already high on murder. I don't know, man. Clowns are some scary redacted. Don't worry, man. It'll be cool. Incident CN0993-Q. On April 8th, 2016, a new episode of Bobble the Clown was intercepted. Episode name, Bobble Gets Baked. Episode description. The episode begins with Bobble the Clown sitting on a couch smoking a comically oversized marijuana cigarette. Instead of the typical clown outfit, Bobble is wearing a Bob Marley t-shirt, a gray hoodie, and pajama bottoms decorated with marijuana leaves. The rest of Bobbles' costume, hat, wig, makeup, nose, gloves, and shoes are as typical. The episode is divided into 3 segments. How to roll the perfect doobie, how to make a bong out of found materials, and how to take over the regional black market drug trade with ruthless efficiency. The last segment is by far the longest and ends with a 6+ minute montage of Bob the Clown gunning down drug rivals using a wide variety of powerful firearms. Notes from researchers. I told you clowns were scary as redacted. Yeah, man, totally. But that clown knows his redacted. So, yeah, I guess that was not the worst thing that could have happened. Test F. Man, I tried to give some of this redacted to that old dude who keeps getting cut up, but he just said no. I see what they did there. Good job, Ronald Reagan cut up while talking. Just say no. Test G. Hey, man, we should give some of this redacted to that guy. Oh, what's his name? Oh, yeah, Spanky! Of course, they are talking about the Lord of Spankoflex, SCP-2337, codename Dr. Spanko. Incident DK-2337-48L. On April 17th, 2016, at 2300 hours 35 minutes, an excessive auditory event occurred in interview room 19 at Site 17. Sound pressure measurements estimate the loudness in excess of 120 decibels within 10 meters of interview room 19, setting off seismic detectors around the site. Witnesses describe the sound as, quote, like a hacking cough, except cacking. A cacking cough. Dr. M responded, dude, cack, man. Just cack. Dr. C replied, whoa, that's some deep redacted, man. Test H. Yeah, man, so I was looking for a place to light up without any people around, so I went out on this staircase. And it looked alright, quiet, no one around. Then all this freaky redacted started happening, and I got out of there, man. But I must have dropped my joint back there somewhere. I just lost my redacted, man. That was Dr. C talking about trying to smoke a doob inside of SCP-087, the Infinite Staircase. And there was an image captured from SCP-087 at 1600 hours 48 minutes on April 22nd, 2016. Let's take a look at the image. Oh no. They turn the face in the stairwell into the scream. And all right, we are to the end of the testing log of the 420-J. As it's been said in the chat, I guess as a public service announcement, if you are going to partake in certain compounds that bring you to a higher elevation, you should not give those to animals. It's bad for them. Do not act like Dr. C and M. This has been a public service announcement from Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. All right, let me catch up with the chat. All right. 100 stars. Thank you for sending sparkles ×2 and star ×2 to the containment assessment team. I'm sure they are feeling the twinkle and the sparkle. I'm sure it's giving them great images during their relaxation time. And Amber, thank you for sending the floating heart to the chat. I'm sure they feel the love. And now that we are done with the high holiday reading of the documentation for SCP-420-J, I am now starting the general Q&A. Have we tested giving 420-J to 682? It is in the log that we didn't. No, it's in the log that we did. It's in the log for 420-J that they thought about it, but they didn't want 682 to get the munchies. But then in the extermination log, we did. Did we? I know we did 999 and it did the tickle blast. I imagine it would do the same thing with SCP-420-J. Termination log. I'm 90% sure that didn't work if we did do it. No, I guess it's not the termination log. So, but when we did SCP-999, the tickle monster, after SCP-682 was tickled to a certain point, it charged up a tickle shockwave that passed on the effect to every human being within a radius. And then it took the opportunity when everyone was tickle incapacitated to breach and murder a bunch of people. So I imagine it would do the same thing with SCP-420-J, which would be bad. So we're not, that 682 does not deserve the good. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some nachos on your way past the commissary. SCP-72. Why do you gotta harsh my buzz like that, dude? What a buzzkill. So yummy, so yummy. Yep. I am not dignifying you. Obviously, you are in some sort of psychosis, and that is sad for you. Please report to medical. Dr. Sherman, I've been seeing many VTubers are posting reactions to SCP videos, specifically from the Vulcan. Well, the Vulcan does have very nice aesthetic, both visual and auditory videos, and so they do have a good mood for reacting to the lore of the SCP Foundation. So yeah, I could see that. Doc, do you have the infinite pizza box on site currently? Unfortunately, Captain Gilbert 458 had to get boosted off to the next site, so we do not have infinite pizza today. I mean, outside of the commissary's ability to make pizza, which they got plenty, so don't worry, you can still get your pizza over there. Hey, Doc, you got any 420-J? Intern Dixie. Consider the day. Clearly, we have the good on site for purposes. Dr. Sherman, if someone is linked to an SCP, is the person linked considered a sub-SCP, or just a person with the object linked to them? It depends on the whims of the researcher. But typically, if it's linked in a way where you can't remove it, then that usually makes the person linked to it A-1 or something like that. I don't remember whose idea it was, the idea of making comics of mini stories of Puppy of Interest 42, aka Charlie, going on adventures, but I've started writing a mini comic for fun. Oh, well, I look forward to seeing what you put together. And hey, you make a good enough comic, it could make its way. You could be posting to the SCP Wiki with that. You could canonize Puppy of Interest 42. That'd be crazy. I mean, it worked for #1 Doggo. Why not guitar? Thank you not just for your first donation of today's stream, but thank you for your so last-minute donation of last stream that I had to respond in the chat after I had closed the stream. So thank you for the double donations, counting yesterday's. Please grab yourself some Cheetos on your way past the commissary. Also, hope things are good. It's been a while. What I miss? Well, I am doing okay. I'd say a solid 6 out of 10. Above the average. We're doing fine here. We're helping SCP films get made. We finished the 1-year anniversary of daily streams just last week. We had our anniversary. Didn't miss a single stream for a whole year. And to celebrate, we've got the Dr. Sherman Site Director plushie at the link in our chat, pin, and description to celebrate the 1 year. So, I'd say overall, things are looking pretty good right now. Desk. Ellis Bright's looking for the Site 42 art email. You should submit Charlie for Pet of the Month in a future monthly news. I had not considered that, but we did just get some really good pictures of Charlie recently. Very majestic. I wonder if Agent Goose would drop those in a Discord DM. That way I could show them to you. Since Puppy of Interest 42 is currently out on a mission, so we can't get her at the moment. I was driving earlier. Did we talk about Fisk Productions? Yes, Amber. Fisk Productions and their upcoming SCP-001 When Day Breaks short film live action production was part of our sponsor segment at the start. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again to say. Sorry, delusion ray targeted me, cleared now, worn off. Oh, that's good. That could have been terrible things. Could have been terrible things. Yes, for those who weren't here at the beginning of stream, Fisk Productions, who made SCP Blind Vector, a live-action short film about the sleep killers, SCP-966, well, they are doing a Daybreak film next. And so they are going to do the film no matter what, but they are asking for donations in their description to improve the production. So I sent them a token fee to improve production, and if you wish to do the same, that is between you and your risk assessment, since it's not an official Kickstarter. But I decided that I would take the shot in the dark and see how it could help the production. So that is up between you and your budget. Intern Davia Rib, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. God, I got so excited about the new film update that right after I watched it, I commented under yesterday's live saying something about it just in case Dr. Sherman didn't know yet. Lamau. Yes, I saw it in my subscription feed because, of course, I am subscribed to Fisk Productions, as you all should be if you want to support them making more SCP Foundation projects. We got to make sure that they don't decide it's not worth the attention or funding to focus on the SCP community. We got to give them hype so they feel like they want to stick with us. So make sure you subscribe to them. I remember a -J article being just a dog chasing a ball, a golden retriever, but I can't seem to find it on the database, though strange though there are a lot more -Js. You're talking about SCP, you're talking about the joke article, The Ball! That's a good article. It's a good article, and everyone should be happy about it. Isn't it 13 something? SCP-13 something, The Ball? If I just search for ball. American football, the ballad, guns pointed at the balls of... Huh. I know it's in all caps lock. I'll check the Site 42 channel, because I know I made a video of it. And so somewhere in here, I should have a video of the ball. SCP, what's that mailman doing here? I know that's a line from it. Why can't I find it? Desk, do you remember the number for this one? I don't know why I can't find it anywhere. Well, I have a playlist of joke SCPs, and since it's a joke SCP, it should be on that list. So if I search for funny SCPs... 1994-J. There we go. We got it. Gilbert found it too. Go team. SCP-1994, codename The Ball! Item number, SCP-1994-J. Object class, amazing! Special containment procedures. Oh my gosh, you have to throw it with me at least 5, no, 7, no, 29 times a day. Oh, and we have to go to the park too. Can we go to the park? Please, 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 can we go to the park? I want the ball. Oh my god, oh my god. Description. It's a big shiny green ball and I love to play with it. Sometimes he tries to trick me when he hides it behind his back, but I am smarter than him. We go out on the front lawn and he throws it back and forth and it's awesome. And what's that fucking mailman doing here? Yeah, you better go away, motherfucker. We throw it in the pool? Please, please, please. I love it when you throw the ball in the pool and I go and get it. Yay! Addendum. I love the ball! It's a good anomaly. It's a good anomaly. And for a little bit of... Oh, stop. Even better. Desk granted us... Object class. Amazing. Special containment procedures. Oh my gosh, you have to throw it with me at least 5, no 7, no 29 times a day. Oh, and we have to go to the park too. Can we go to the park? Please, 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 can we go to the park? Description. It's a big, shiny green ball and I love to play with it. Sometimes he tries to trick me when he hides it behind his back, but I am smarter than him. We go out in the front lawn and he throws it back and forth and it's awesome. And what's that motherfucking mailman doing here? Yeah, you better go away, motherfucker. Will you throw it in the pool? Please, please, please. I love when you throw the ball in the pool and I go get it. Yay! Agenda. I love the pool! You know, some anomalies at the SCP Foundation are not terrible. Sometimes anomalies can be chill and good, and we appreciate that. Returning to the chat. Intern Ithaca, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some Rice Krispies treats on your way past the commissary. Hi, Doc. Hello. Mamori, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a bag of Funyuns on your way past the commissary. What is Plush Sherm's size for custom clothes? If I go to the order page for the plushie, it lists the plushie as 8 inches tall. And so that is an 8-inch tall plushie available for the next 23 hours. And so, yeah, if I hold the plushie here, now obviously the body is about 3.5 to 4 inches. The head is the rest of the size, so there's that. But here's a pen comparison. So, yep, seems about right. 23 days, not 23 hours. Thank you, desk. Thank you for clarifying. Yes, there are 23 days left to get it, not 23 hours. I didn't even notice he's holding a mug. Yes, the first edition of the Dr. Sherman plushie is holding a spinning pen. And then the Site Director edition needs more coffee. More coffee. You look so baby-faced in that video. It is true, intern Nulono. The facial hair and a little bit of the extra weight from the injury have certainly aged me a couple years in as few years. But we're in our party animal era. And the rehab on my ankle is going well, so I can get back to physical fitness. Woo! I did some time on the Stairmaster today. Foundation Fitness Initiative. Woo! My heart was a thumping. Make sure you participate in the Foundation Fitness Initiative staff by going out and working out. You need to be fast enough to evade the containment breaching anomalies. If you get got, we have to replace you, which costs money. We don't want to replace you. Doing recruitment is costly. Keeping staff happy and alive is much cheaper. The site budget requires it, which is why we need you to stay alive, so we don't have to train up a replacement. And Desk would also like to remind you that we can show you a very nice shirt for going to the gym and getting in shape for nerd purposes. The Foundation Fitness Initiative, because you don't have to be the fastest researcher, just not the slowest. Available at the scpstore.org. Friends of the channel who are helping us make our plushies as well. Every single one of you. You don't have to buy the shirt, but you do have to go to the gym. That's a requirement. Get in shape. Be strong. Be fast. Who is the Stairmaster? Inter Memori, that would be SCP-173. Undefeated staring contest champion of the Foundation. Dr. Sherman, what do you think about SCP-1529? It's one of my favorites. Intern Minos, I am unfamiliar with 1529 by its designation alone. Let me look it up and see what I see. 420-J. Also known as the King of the Mountain. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna say it's a fine anomaly. I'm not in love with it, but I don't like uncontained anomalies up on a mountain murdering people. Maybe that's just me. Maybe if we could successfully contain it and stop it from killing, then I would be more pleased with it. First time popping in for a stream, partaking our favorite SCP-420 to celebrate the day. No! No, intern Connor, don't do that. Now, first of all, welcome to the stream. Yes, first day at stream, welcome. We've been streaming daily for a whole year and change, so glad you finally made it to the briefing. But secondarily, do not use SCP-420. Honestly, I can't believe we made it an hour into this stream without this mistake being made. Be careful. SCP-420 alone, no -J, SCP-420 is a bottle of infinite whiskey, but the whiskey gives you anomalous super skin cancer and you die. No, you do not want SCP-420. You want SCP-420-J. The -J is the good. You do not want skin cancer whiskey. You want the sweetest redacted. Be careful. Be careful. Yeah, if I just describe SCP-420, it's kind of horrifying. SCP-420 No J. Aggressive skin condition is the code name. Is a dirty bottle of redacted brand whiskey with no lid. When emptied, a small amount of whiskey-like liquid remains in the bottle, appearing as liquid adhering to the sides. The liquid pools back into a few millimeters of the whiskey over time. Drinking 420-1 will cause SCP-420-2, a non-fatal but consuming degeneration and mutation of skin and keratinous tissue in the infected. Cases of 420-2 should be contained for further study. Early cases can be treated. 420-2 has only been shown to affect humans. All right, so I was wrong. It doesn't literally kill you. But immediately 12 hours after consuming the -1 liquid, the infected's mouth becomes dry and swollen, leading to slurred speech. The slurred speech is not consistent with intoxication. Within 24 hours of consuming the liquid, the infected's finger and toenails become extremely brittle, cracking up the finger and bleeding. Fingernail growth is at the same time accelerated. Ingrown nails are an inevitability. Infection of these ingrown nails and open sores is identical to uninfected subjects. The infected's hair exhibits similar characteristics. 1 to 2 weeks after phase 1, the infected skin becomes brittle and dry, cracking and sloughing off. Like the nails and hair, growth is also accelerated, replacing lost tissue and growing more in thick, heavy folds. Ugh. Don't like it. Don't like it. There's 6 phases. I only gave you the first 2, and it was bad. Sheesh. I do not know whose idea this drink was, but there's something wrong with them. Is there any SCP that's effective in quelling the effects of SCP-420-J, that effect being munchies? Well, SCP-458, the Infinite Pizza Box, is pretty solid. SCP-871, the Infinite Cakes, could also assist in that. The Infinite Potato Bag could help. That we have plenty of infinite food options, is what I'm saying. Intern Goobert, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Are pies considered cakes? Does cheesecake fall under pie? Is it included? So, 871, the self-replicating cakes. Let's see what the limitations are on the style of tasty self-replicating cake. A collection of 237 cakes. Instances of 871 vary wildly in appearance and size, covering the entire range of foods described by humans as, quote, cake. The smallest observed instance was a miniature cupcake with a mass of 15 grams. The largest yet observed was a 22-kilogram Baumkuchen measuring 2 meters in length. 22 kilograms of cake? And if we didn't eat it, it would replicate, 2 of them would appear? That's so much cake. So that is all they say about cake. I am going to assume cheesecake is considered a cake for the purposes of SCP-871. I'm just going to type, is cheesecake a cake? But I'm pretty sure. Technically, cheesecake is not a cake, but rather a custard tart or pie. So, probably, that would mean cheesecake is not a cake, even though cake is in the name. Huh. At least that's what this one... this is what a consensus of these cooking websites say. It looks like one of those arguments, like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Intern Ithaca, thank you for donating again to say. Oh yeah, flesh stripper whiskey. I know that stuff. Definitely an acquired taste. Good with Coca-Cola. Frickin' Sarkix. Aren't the cakes dangerous? You can't even leave a crumb. You are correct, Lockhack, which is why when I saw that there was a 22-kilogram cake, which for those of you who still think in imperial terms, 48.5 pounds of cake. And if you didn't eat the entire thing, 8 left no crumbs edition, then you would end up with 2 of them. And it would be even more cake to eat next time. The self-replicating cakes. Yes, we have a whole tale about how if we don't contain these properly, we are a very short time from doubling cakes to the whole world being buried in cake and humanity ending. Dr. Sherman, isn't the cake a lie? No, Intern Tambari, this cake is very real, very true facts. Very no cap. Intern Ithaca, thank you for donating in to say, Nulkin is the preferred term, don't say the S word. Listen, if I can get the Serpent's Hand to stop calling us the jailers, if I can get the Gamers Against Weed to stop calling us the janitors, then I'll consider it. But until then, groups of interest I don't like get the same terms of non-endearment as the UI useless, as the gawk suckers. That's just how it is around here. Doc, the cakes also replicate if they're damaged. Yes, I know, Puppet Boy, that the cakes replicate if damaged, which is why we have to take them seriously and make sure they get eaten in a proper manner. No mistakes. Mistakes mean more cakes. Well, look who just arrived from their mission in the field and is very excited to say hello. Come here, you little worm. You little worm. You're too excited. You're too excited. The baby is too excited to be home. Hello, Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie. You are here, and the chat says hello. Everybody is happy about this scenario. Look at a waggle waggle. Good waggle waggle. And now the chat would like for you to have a tasty, tasty treat because they love you very much. Whee, wormy, wormy. Very excited baby. And now while I for my hello, Agent Charlemagne, you too are present. Loaf of you get comfortable, baby cats. Agent Charlemagne is also here and being more cooperative to being on camera than ever before. So count your blessings. Morale indeed, my friend. Morale indeed.
He probably also wanted a treat.
He probably also wanted a treat. Well, my hands are full of cat. Do you want the treat? Is this the way? No way, Jose. Well, I guess Charlie gets that one too. There you go, baby boy. Baba booey, baba booey. Yes, a reminder, we have allocated several of the fuzzier anomalies for good pets during the SCP-420-J celebration. If you are not having good hands on soft and fuzzy during your highly elevated time, are you doing it properly? Sleepless Dragon, thank you for sending a floating heart to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I am sure Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, and Agent Charlemagne appreciate the love. Dr. Sherman, how long is stream today? I'm expecting approximately 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on the vibes. Right now, we are currently at 75-ish minutes, meaning we are 15 to 45 minutes remaining. Dr. Sherman, SCP-682 is supposed to be destroyed as soon as possible, but how is it decided that anomaly should be destroyed instead of contained? Is 682 just an exception? Yes, intern Lemon Dreams. 682 is an exception. There are very few exceptions that we line up an anomaly for decommissioning because we prefer to contain and study them. But 682 is both increasingly dangerous by the day that it survives termination attempts, and it's going to, if it escapes, completely destroy humanity, which would not be good for our moral work of maintaining normalcy. So, 682 has got to go. For a Shermiku made drawing, should he have sunglasses? Intern Bean. I don't know a lot of Mikus that wear sunglasses, but you could probably have fun with some futuristic robo cyber style sunglasses that fit the Miku aesthetic. Has anyone tried being nice to 682? Maybe it's only lashing out because we keep trying to kill it. Intern Nulono. We have tried being nice to 682, and it was still a dick. Yeah, pardon. But I thought the number one rule of the Foundation is don't be a dick. Technically speaking, Intern Tambari, that is rule 0 is don't be a dick. It's more foundational than even rule number 1. It's rule 0. Don't be a dick. And so 682 is breaking that rule, man. What choice do we have? 682 broke the rule. Rule 0. Just a quick. Site rules. Rule 0. Just so you know that I'm not kidding about this. Site rules required reading. Table of contents, rule 0. Don't be a dick. This is the foremost rule from which most other rules follow. We expect you to behave in a reasonably civil, mature, and non-disruptive way on the SCP Wiki and in major SCP Wiki community spaces. And yet, even though it's rule 0, the lowest of numbers, I bet you will not be shocked to hear how hard it is for some people to not trip over such a low bar. Man, human beings, they do be doing dick stuff. Even when they are supposed to not be being dicks. They still do be dicks. Sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. Did acid work the best or did explosions for 682? Intern Zame, acid works to keep 682 in its place because, as I was told by Dr. Mann, I believe, and Dr. Gears apparently said this, someone said, one of the old head site admins says that 682 actually enjoys how the acid feels. Everything else in our universe hurts it, which is why it's so grumpy, but the acid kind of feels good. Maybe like its home dimension. Guys, don't be racist. I am a doctor. Good reference, whoever said that. I don't know why it got desked, but the message of non-racism is good. Maybe there was something there I was missing. So 682 is a masochist. Intern Nos, I would not say that because it doesn't say that 682 likes pain. It says that 682 enjoys the feeling of the acid, which might not even register as pain. So, I mean, there's a chance, but so far, maybe not. Desk saw the message wrong. It was, don't be racist, not be racist. Big opposite there. mm, mm, mm. Minty Andre has a point. 682 does not enjoy pain because our world hurts it and it's not happy about that. So clearly not a masochist. Have we tested SCP-1994-J with Dr. Crow? No, not that I know of. Maybe. But in this current state, I think that this is a high priority research assignment that we should all take very seriously. What do you think is the actual strongest SCP? Intern Zane. The clear answers are either SCP-6101, because its description literally says SCP-6101 is the most powerful SCP. So, I mean, you can't argue with that. Or we might go with SCP-777-J, codename Dark Blade, who happens to be the most edgy OC of all time. Let me correct that. Darkblade is not the edgiest OC of all time. It's just the most OC of all time. Oh, and you might throw in SCP-3812, since it exists at every single different pataphysical narrative level at once. That means that it could delete us as easy as deleting us from a website, which would be annoying. I keep expecting 777-J to be a GZI because of 777 being the Jesus number. How do we know that Darkblade isn't an SCP Jesus? How do we know if Darkblade is not a GZI? Now I want to see if SCP-777-J says anything about Darkblade. All right. 777-J does not say it is Christ or Jesus. But since the description is short, just let me pitch you Darkblade, just so you know. And by the way, Darkblades, before it was taken down due to Creative Commons uses, the image of Darkblade used to be just a fan art of Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. So that's where we're going with this. Item number SCP-777. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. Even though SCP-777 cannot be contained, he has decided to stay at the Foundation so he can complete his mission. He is to be supplied with any and all things that he asks for. He is to stay in a room resembling a Japanese dojo with a tank of sharks, except the tank is in the floor. Description: SCP-777, or Darkblade, Blade for short, as he chooses to be called, is a white male of about 17 years old. He has flowing white hair with green highlights and crystal blue eyes that reflect a dark past. He is clad in ebony armor that he made himself. His effect on female personnel, which may not even be a supernatural effect, is very powerful. He is described as a, quote, smooth pimp, and is totally irresistible. He has chosen Iris as his bride, though to wed when his mission is over. His element is water, which he has full control of, and he has a pet dragon, who must be referred to as Set. Blade's power of water, as well as his supernatural skill with a katana, protects him from all harm. When he is attacked in any way, water shields will appear around him and deflect the attack back to the attackers. Then we start to get into the interviews with the different SCP doctors, who Darkblade recruits into their true forms for his mission. And it gets pretty ridiculous. I will give you one of these interviews, and then you can go see the rest. Establishment of Darkblade Sentinels. Clef, you are the one whom I've been waiting for. I am. Then I am ready. Take up your true weapon and tell me your true name. I am Death Metal, the son of Satan, wielder of the guitar of weeping souls, half Saiyan heir to Son Goku. I really thought that Clef would have been a Vegeta fanboy, but what do I know? Then together, let us ride and cleanse the world. By the tears of Mephistopheles, it shall be so. Uh, Researcher Yorick, Researcher Crack, Bruno, unfortunately, Dr. Klein, Dr. Gears, Dr. Edison, Dr. Trebuchet, Researcher Assistant Corbett, Delivery Agent Roadrunner. And then, of course, this one also has an extended experiment log with multiple SCPs. For instance, experiment crossovers with Dark Blade. Here we go. Blade's attack shield was tested versus various forms of attack. It was found to redirect both regular damage, and empathic mind control mimetic damage, happy damage, aka damage to happiness, namely by surviving a 3.4 gigaton nuclear blast and being able to explain in detail SCP-055's true nature. Darkblade is so smart, could explain what 055 is. So smart. Blade's irresistible attractiveness to members of both sexes was tested. Agent Redacted attempted to sleep with Blade despite being happily married. All spectators agreed that Blade was, quote, really so hot. I mean, really. Test 343. SCP-343 breached containment only to reappear next to Blade and attempted to initiate a high five. Blade left him hanging and commented, I don't believe in you. SCP-343 immediately vanished and is now listed as decommissioned. All right. We gotta leave Dark Blade alone. I'm returning to chat. Sleepless Dragon, thank you for sending a floating heart to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I'm sure they feel the love. Shiny Chariot, thank you for sending a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I'm sure they will keep it 100 at your urging. Star and Glitchy, thank you for sending sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I'm sure they enjoy the sparkle. And Goose Goose, thank you for sending cat ears. I look pretty fly for a white guy. What were you talking about? I was doing something. Intern Dixie, you need to go look at the documentation for SCP-777-J and its testing log to catch up. Intern Logitech, thank you for sending a gold coin to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they feel the Mario punching a block goodness as we speak. Fun fact, I've completely lost SCP-3000. I'm going to get fired now. How did you lose a seemingly infinite sea serpent that doesn't move? What are you talking about? Dr. Sherman, I was thinking that faith could be used as a type of fuel or power for some entities. The more people believe in them and put their faith in them, the stronger they get. Dr. Noss, you are talking about a known phenomenon that I believe we call Akiva radiation. I might be mixing up my technical terms. We have a lot of them. Yes, Akiva radiation refers to fluctuations in the anomalous field responsible for interactions between belief and reality. So, yes, Akiva radiation is what you're talking about. During the anthology for 2025, we being the SCP Foundation, channeled Akiva radiation in a manner that turned all of the planets of our solar system into deities, which caused a lot of problems, I'll tell you what. SCP Anthology 2025. And this is the, which one of you is the planets are, frickin'... Yep, it's the first one. SCP-9911. The very start of the anthology for 2025, SCP-9911, is when we accidentally turned all the planets into gods by misusing Akiva radiation. So you can go check that one out. Thank you, Dr. Frogman, for also saying that as I got started in my research. My shoes just turned to life. What is happening? My pie is yelling at me, and my pie is now trying to move me. Now my pen is trying to write something what? Intern Day, I'm going to request you get away from the reality bender wing. Obviously, they are fucking with you. Dr. Sherman, you think SCP-777-J is bad? Well, bad in, like, the cool way, where it's, like, you know, a badass, sure. Like, how Michael Jackson's song, Bad, they say you're bad. Wait till you see SCP-10101-J. I don't seem to remember that one. But also Minty Andrea is saying it's object class awesome. I do love awesome. Big fan of awesomeness. SCP-10101-J, not a self-insert at all. Object class awesome. Special containment procedures. It's to be given a luxury residence with at least 120 rooms, 15 bedrooms, and 10 jacuzzis, and a personal butler or two. I'm taking points off for not being specific enough. Or two. Come on now. All requests made by 10101 are to be fulfilled immediately, no matter the cost. So far it has requested collected works of his favorite author, Terry Pratchett. Nerd. Hardbound only the finest skin from endangered species of animals. And we approved that. At least 5 nubile women every evening for sexual purposes. Approved. Expensive food of the finest quality, including fugu, caviar, SCP-redacted, and others. Approved. Pocket money to the tune of $1 million, correction, $1 zillion, correction, blank check each week. Approved. Jeez Louise. Oh, I just got footnote. SCP-10101's favorite pony is Rainbow Dash. Jiminy Christmas. Under no circumstances is hip-hop, rap, or other awful pseudo-music to be played in the vicinity of SCP-10101, as this causes the subject to enter a rage state. What a fucking loser. Can't even handle a little hip-hop. Does not even have the flow. I bet this punk can't even dance. I bet no skills at all. What the hell is that? As hanging out with losers cramps SCP-10101 style, well, it seems that's unavoidable for you. All personnel working with SCP-10101 must be subjected to the standard River Tam coolness test. Oh, the Firefly reference. Any personnel who scores less than 1.2 decicominas. You're winning me back with the Gurren Lagann, I'll tell you that. On the scale is forbidden from close contact with 10-10-1. I'm calling him 10-10-1 from now on. I'm calling it 10-10-1. Any personnel who score negative on the test are urged to stay at least 20 meters away from 10-10-1 due to the risk of instant immolation from sheer awesome. Description: SCP-10-10-1 is an incredibly handsome teenager, 18 years of age, wearing metal glasses. Hair is blonde, eyes are blue. 10-10-1 likes to wear black and dark blue and prefers jeans. 10-10-1's favorite pizza toppings are pineapples and sausage, but I dislike chicken and tomatoes. Why are you writing your own document? No, stop. Just look at the cross test. This is killing me. No, Frogman, you brought me here. You gave me this weird anti-rap hip-hop weeb nerd. I'm getting to the bottom of this. Also, to intern Tombari, pineapple on pizza is fine. Don't be a hater. His favorite show is My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which is with a footnote about his favorite pony being Rainbow Dash. He likes to be called the Jack, the King of Everything. Staff is to refer to 10-10-1 as this under penalty of torture. Subjects' varied interests include video games, surfing the internet, and writing creepypasta. 10-10-1 does, in fact, shower every day and is not a, quote, no-life virgin, and all who claim otherwise are to be terminated. Acquisition. 10-10-1 had a difficult childhood. His parents were total squares who didn't allow me to play video games or go to parties after midnight. His powers first manifested at the age of 16 and were promptly used to utterly humiliate all students and teachers at his school, whoever mistreated him, especially D-Redacted, a worthless piece of shit who died very slowly and painfully. Soon afterwards, SCP-10-10-1 arrived at Site-19, bypassed all security measures, and personally requested that he be allowed to help the SCP Foundation in its mission. This is hurting me so much, but I will go on in the spirit of we've already dealt with Darkblade. This is like a combination of SCP-777-J, codename Darkblade, as well as the containment procedures for SCP-3999-J, codename Talaran's Sacrifice, as well as a hint of SCP-5175, codename Death Knife. It's all coming together. Further investigation revealed that 10-10-1's talents are supreme. He's able to hack into any known computer system. Quote, I'm not even sure how I do that, I just go with the flow. Is better at science than the Foundation's finest researchers. Quote, I suppose I remember a thing or two from high school. And has proven himself adept at hand-to-hand warfare. Not hand-to-hand combat. Hand-to-hand warfare. I watched a kung fu movie once. It's easy. Soon after his arrival, 1010-1 began hanging out with all the coolest characters, including Dr. Clef, Dr. Gears, Dr. Kondraki, Kane Pathos Crow, Dr. Wrights, Agent Strelnikov, Agent Yorick, etc. Dr. Clef took 1010-1 under his wing to give him lessons in tactical combat. However, it soon became apparent in Dr. Clef's words that, quote, "This motherfucker was teaching me more than I could teach him." SCP-1010-1 is currently busy organizing his own Mobile Task Force Sigma Billion 12 Banana. Why? Banana. Sigma Billion 12 Banana. 1010-1 is friendly towards humanity and is on the side of good. While on multiple occasions he has helped in capturing or terminating evil SCPs, he steadfastly refused to help us capture good SCPs. 1010-1's stalwart honor and morality puts our organization to shame. By his demand, the O5 Council is vowed to cease appeasement of SCP-089, free SCP-231-7 from her plight, and in general never hurt any innocent person ever again, so that we can finally be the heroes the world deserves. Mobile Task Force Sigma Billion 12 Banana was terminated due to lack of funding. Love that for us. Superpowers. Currently known superpowers include sheer awesomeness comparable to Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan, and Bill Gates combined. Footnote: an entire new SI prefix had to be created to quantify SCP-1010-1's awesomeness. The ability to lift, that's too many digits. That's too many digits. I'm not saying that number. It's just a very large number. An IQ of 9,873,857 and then some. Footnote: measured using special IQ test that SCP-1010-1 invented himself. Oh, I'm sure that the anomaly invented its own test and it scored super, super high on it. I'm sure. Desk, thank you for sharing the number in the chat. Addendum 1010-1-1. Or no, I forgot. Immunity to diseases, poison, fire, cold radiation, acid disintegration, erasure from reality, any physical harm, death, tofu plot device, and everything else. The ability to, by mere force of will, heal all diseases that afflict any being instantly. The ability to transform and or manipulate matter and reality in any way he wishes. Most spectacularly, data expunged. Addendum 1010-1-1. It should be noted that in the past, for some reason, a certain stupid girl named K blank A blank has rejected 1010-1 as her boyfriend, choosing instead another boy who is dumb, uncool, and not at all as sexy as 1010-1. It is theorized that this girl is a stupid bitch who will one day be sorry for this. For now, 1010-1 is settled for SCP-105, codename Iris Thompson, as his girlfriend and concubine. Does the Foundation only have one girl? Why is it always Iris? Leave Iris alone. That's what we're getting t-shirts of, everybody. The next Site 42 merch is just going to be leave Iris alone. Jiminy sakes. Stop trying to date SCP-105. Leave her alone. Cross-testing. Finally, we are to Dr. Frogman's intention with this scenario. Cross-testing. At 1010-1's request, he has been cross-tested with several of the coolest SCP items in the Foundation custody. Item: SCP-076-2, codename Abel. Result: 1010-1 demands a duel with Abel. At own request, 1010-1 has his eyes blindfolded, arms and legs tied, and plugs put in his ears. The battle takes 2 seconds and obviously ends in 1010-1's victory. Impressed, Abel makes to the subject an offer to join Mobile Task Force Omega 7. 10-10-1 laughs in Abel's stupid face and sneers snarkily, "Sorry, buddy, but your little playground gang will just have to do without me. I know I wouldn't accept a loser like you in my MTF." Note, Abel reprimanded for wasting 10-10-1's time with absurd offers and forced to apologize. Abel, okay, 056. I don't even know 056. But the result, codename a beautiful person. Ah, yes, this one always becomes prettier than you. Trying to be pretty. It's a shapeshifter. Data expunged, 056 given grief counseling. Item, SCP-177. While casual, so what is 177? 177 is codename Checkmate. It is a chessboard that always wins, I guess. And so, in a duel against the chess anomaly, while casually reading through the top-tier Foundation files, or top-secret Foundation files, 10-10-1 becomes aware of SCP-177 and requests a duel. Subject proceeds to effortlessly win several games with the anomaly. 10-10-1 is not observing the board directly, but rather dictates his moves from the other room, all while preparing an omelet, playing I Wanna Be the Guy on the hardest difficulty level and with the monitor turned off, while balancing barefoot on barbed wire, 0.5 millimeters thin over a river of lava with spikes in the river with bees on the spikes. Furthermore, 10-10-1 refuses to be informed of any moves made by 177, instead taking lucky guesses. I just saw something terrible. I'm not ready for it. Okay, 953, the Kumiho. It's true, we do have more than one girl. What are you going to do with this one? 10-10-1, accompanied by armed guards, open the door to 953's cell. 953 snarls at 10-10-1. 10-10-1 enters 953's cell and requests a half-hour privacy for a little one-on-one. Request is granted. Shh. After 30 minutes, 10-10-1 leaves cell, smiling enigmatically and blowing a kiss to 953. Subsequent interviews with 953 reveal the subject is no longer evil and is sorry for all she had done. Note, instead of keeping her all locked up and stuff, you cruel bastard just need to approach her humanely. I knew someone so pretty couldn't be irredeemably evil. This is a puppy break.
Come to the rescue, Charlie.
Charlie, we need your help to survive this terrible anomaly. Here's a treat for being here in our hour of need. Very good girl. Very good girl. All right. That was a much needed puppy break. Back to hell we go. This is what I saw. Oh no. SCP-777-J, of course. 10-10-1 cross-tested with Darkblade. Result. Data too awesome. No survivors. SCP-2000 utilized. 10-10-1-J and 777-J promise that their next battle will take place on some planet nobody needs anymore. Desk. You are not wrong. Ah, a female character on the SCP Wiki. We better try to sex at it. Leave him alone. Fraternizing is against protocol with anomalies. Leave him alone. Ugh. Incident log 10-10-1-3300. Begin log. 10-10-1 and 0513 enter the guard station overlooking 682's chamber. 10-10-1 takes a nonchalant look at the lizard. So what's this guy's deal? That's SCP-682. We've been trying to destroy it for years now. It regenerates from everything we throw at it. Our brightest minds are stymied. Oh, please. What did you ever do without me? I bet I could take this guy down in 10 seconds. Open the door. Impossible. Are you crazy? We'll all die. Nobody can possibly face SCP-682 and survive. Look, pal, drop the bureaucracy and just trust me, damn it. I know what I'm doing. Everyone, do as he says. 10-10-1 enters 682's chamber. 682 immediately panics. Data expunged. Expungement dated. You'll know when you're older. Did bloke fuck the lizard? Yay! Oh! D-class attendants enter chamber to remove lifeless corpse of 682. What did I say? 10 seconds. Flat. I'd never leave the Foundation hanging. I say I'm 20% cooler than any one of you. You know, there's no reason there can't be 14 O5s. That'll not be necessary. I feel that job would be beneath me, especially considering my real position in the Foundation. It cannot be. That's right. I am your founder. Explosions erupt 1 meter behind 10-10-1 for a period of 6 seconds, while a dramatic guitar core can be heard. Source of these phenomena is unknown. What perfect timing! Low key! Thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. Also, it's been a minute since we've seen you, and I hope you've been doing well. Grab yourself, since you sent an incredibly generous first donation today. Listen, obviously, I'm gonna tell you what you can get from the commissary as soon as I read your thing, because it's related. The O4 Oversight Committee wishes to see you, sir. They expected to see you being productive on this SCP-420, or no, on this April 20th, and RISA Director K failed miserably. They aren't happy. Trust me, I am doing a grand service to the Foundation on this day. Allow me to explain. Allow me to explain. First of all, I've got the entirety of Site-42 under the mind-altering effects of a anomaly known as SCP-420-J, which has put them into a suggestible state to allow me to fill their minds with the proper information during this briefing that they need to know, which is not to write hot garbage documentation like SCP-10101-J, to a further point, SCP-777-J. We are cleaning the minds of the Foundation. We are growing them so they don't write edgy, self-insert power fantasy OCs into our documents. I am doing the best service to the Foundation that could possibly be done. And Ryza will see this video on demand, this VOD, as the kids call it. And oh man, they will give me the Foundation star for this. So you can go grab a bag of munchies, the mighty munchies, the mightiest munchies in the biggest bag from the commissary for your generosity. And I just know you're going to see it the way I see it. Thank you again. Brainwashing us? Oh, puppet boy, get over it. This isn't even the first time you've been brainwashed this week. We're the Foundation. We're not the good guys. Loki, thank you for your 3 months as an overseer as well. We appreciate your leadership and your service in this matter. The O4 Oversight Committee accepts. I will share my munchies with Desk. Well, that's very kindly of you. I'm just realizing now I don't understand how Desk eats. Do you put the munchies in the drawer? Huh. Amber, thank you for your 29 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your long-term membership and service. Furthermore, you said 29 Palms is a city in California. Hashtag number fact. I did not know that number fact. Good work. You got me. I feel like the sole survivor of a mass attack or something, and the attack was my fault. It is important that you read everything involved. That way, you know what you're recommending. Oh my gosh. Not only the 953, which I will admit I did see you saying, but I definitely blew through as revenge for you putting that on our plate in the first place. Secondarily, I can't believe 10-10-1 fucked the lizard to death. I cannot believe that. That is crazy work. Excuse me, what were those words? Yes, Overseer Low Key. See, this is why we are doing such good educational work here. When 10-10-1 enters 682's chamber, immediate panic reaction from SCP-682. So SCP-10-10-1 enters the chamber. Data expunged, expungement dated, you'll know when you're older. And then 682 is dead. You'll know when you're older what? What a fucking website. Now, you may think, okay, it could just be such extreme violence that they expund it and they want you to wait to see it until you're old enough to experience the extreme violence without harming yourself psychically. But I'll have you know, this person went macking on a Kumiho. It went macking on numerous anomalies. And I'm going to choose to headcanon that this hip-hop rap hater fucked a lizard to death. And you can't stop me. Listen, we all know that 10-10-1 is a dick bag, so I'm going to believe that under no circumstances is hip-hop, rap, or other awful pseudo-music to be played in the vicinity of SCP-10-10-1, as this causes the subject to enter a rage state. What a fucking tool. What a tool. Loser behavior. Now, all of this to say, I applaud the author of the article on the higher pataphysical level above us for writing something so thoroughly repugnant so clearly. This is one of those things where even though I hate it, I respect it. The satire is delicious, but also disgusting at the same time. All right, I am returning to the chat. Site 42 staff, do remember, we do have a blue name, a moderator. You have to pay attention every time the moderator speaks, because the moderator might be telling you you broke a rule. And if you get banned because you keep breaking rules and it was because you didn't listen to the moderator / pay attention, you didn't know, that's not our problem. You should be following protocol on your own terms. You shouldn't have to be told this. Also, the moderator might just be answering your questions or being funny. So pay attention to the moderator. Researcher Angelith, welcome to level 1 researchership here at Site 42. We appreciate your newly minted membership and service. Low Key, thank you for donating again to say, what mobile task force would get in the festivities on this auspicious day? I think Resh 1 would already be here, but who else? Well, you do know for a fact that my homies, Mobile Task Force Psi 42, codenamed the Signal Boosters, are on deck on this day of all days. This high holy day. Also, you know they are primed to chow down on some hotted dogs. Mm-hmm. Logitech, thank you for sending a gold coin to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they enjoyed the Mario ring of getting a coin. Request for amnestics to forget this reading, Dr. Sherman. I don't think my psyche can handle the amount of 1010-1-J. Intern Sprite, you know what? I am going to allow amnestic treatment for those needing it for having to deal with 1010-1-J. It is that horrifying. I saw a notification. Let me get to this before I forget it. Lord Dragonic, thank you for donating again to the Ko-Fi. New information about the object Danger Cradle. Turns out there is a downside to being linked to the object. It's been 2 months since the breach. My injuries have yet to fully heal. In the past, I've recovered from such injuries within 4 weeks. Healing appears greatly reduced. Oh! You're more aware of danger, but you take more damage / the damage taken doesn't heal as bad. That is a downside. Okay. So that's a pretty risky position to be in. Interesting. I wonder how you'll utilize that to the benefit without losing out to the cost. Intern Fordo, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a jellied donut on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I want to ask how you think the Foundation would interact with the Rosetta Corporation from Once Human. Rosetta Corporation. I am unfamiliar with them by name. Rosetta, named from Rosetta Stone, is the only remaining tech giant after Starfall. They're obsessed with all kinds of radical research on heterospace life in order to achieve the, quote, uniform evolution of mankind. What they did actually cause the collapse of the civilized world. Until now, Rosetta is still secretly continuing crazy attempts to influence and control the world. Rosetta has a strict internal hierarchy and masters a series of secret technologies that surpass human cognition. It is one of the main hostile forces that players need to fight against. So, seeing as they are trying to do radical research on heterospace life in order to achieve the uniform evolution of mankind, they are definitely more akin to a science-y version of the Serpent's Hand, who wants anomalies to be free and loose across the world. And the problem that causes is that humans will evolve anomalously and no longer be normal or humans at the end of that line, which is what we are trying to stop from happening. So we would not be fans of what they are up to, and we would be trying to contain and stop their activities. I think our relationship would be adversarial to that group of interest. I object to the hand being compared to the Rosetta. Well, their methods aren't the same, clearly, but their goal is. Dr. Frogman, you are correct. The likes, well, now that the viewers dropped like that, the likes are triple the viewers almost. So good job hitting that like button, people. It's been kind of a chill stream today, a little lower audience count than usual, but we ride in waves. Sometimes we go crazy high, sometimes we vibe. But at the end of the day, we're still here talking about the SCP Foundation, which is some fun-ish. So keep hitting that like button to bring us some more people. Thank you for your service, Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I have a question. What is SCP? Are they real? And how can I join the SCP Foundation? Intern Gamer, first and foremost, the SCP Foundation is not real. If someone asks us if SCP is real, we drop our kayfabe and we say no, it is fake. It is a creative writing community. It's a fun time. It's all art. It's all made up. We don't want a scenario where some crazy kid stabs their friend because Slender Man told them to. That happened in 2015, and ever since, we don't pretend to be real anymore. That's why the front page of the SCP Wiki is, oh, it's a creative website, it's a contest, it's stuff like that. We are not an actual secret organization. All of the SCPs are fake. That being said, you can join the SCP Foundation. If you're seeing this stream, you're already part of the SCP Foundation, so you must be waking up from some sort of amnestic coma. You see, this broadcast is only sent to people who work for the Foundation in one way or another. So you must be a staff member of some sort. I guess medical will give you some memories back, and you'll be able to work again. All of the SCPs are fat, Dr. Theron Sherman. Okay, listen, I misspoke. I'm not fat shaming the SCPs, but also, staff, get to the gym, Foundation Fitness Initiative. You can be big, but you better be fast. That's all that matters. Fast and strong. That way you can outrun the anomalies that breach containment and you can survive. I don't want to have to recruit and train more staff. It's expensive. I want you to live. "1010-1-J is really old. Dr. Clef has a comment on it from 2008. That makes sense. Yeah, the history even said it was posted in frickin' December 31st of 2008. So wow, Clef must have commented on it day one because it was only in 2008 for one day. Yup. Day one, joke SCP enjoyers. Yeah, you gotta remember, some of these joke SCPs are literally the old school 2007 to 2009 SCP authors making fun of bad writers. Because you gotta remember, SCP did come from 4chan. So, back in the day, the early authors did have a lot of trolls and goofs and could be a little rough around the edges. You'll notice that as the community aged and the clientele who write for it aged, the behavior somewhat became a little more professional. I can't say completely because obviously a lot of 18-year-olds still join the site and write silly things from time to time. Hell, a lot of adults join the site and write silly things from time to time because even fully grown adults act like children sometimes. It's important to remember, in the parlance of Mikey Newman of the YouTube channel Filmjoy, no one knows what they're doing. So Yeah. One of the old school funniest articles on the site that I remember, Duke Till Dawn, was a decommissioning tale. And decommissionings, if you're unfamiliar, were the old school authors seeing an SCP article and hating it so much that they would write decommissions of themselves destroying that article in certain ways, which, as you can imagine, can be rather hurtful to the person who wrote that SCP that you didn't like. It's basically just fan fiction people ragging on each other. So, yeah, we gotta. Rough around the edges is a great way to put it. And I am proud of the SCP authors who have seemingly matured in the time since. Because remember, let's say for the sake of argument that you were 18 in 2007. Well, it's been nearly 20 years. It's been nearly 20 years since that time. And so they, like me, are reaching the older years. Intern Inosuke, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. The beach that makes you old, but as an SCP. My pen fell off. Well, that is definitely anomalous AF, so there is that. But I mean, first of all, it's already been done. That's a Shyamalan movie, isn't it? Where's my... Hold on one second. I didn't drop my pen, but my pen dropped itself. Dr. Chair, keep them entertained while I try and find it. There we go. Well, seems I'm going to need a new pen soon. Intern Jones, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a milkshake on your way past the commissary. Hi again, about the celestial thing that about last time, basically what I'm saying is that a form of reality warping that basically controls every multiverse, all a possibility basically. Celestial thing that about last time, basically what I'm saying is that a form of reality warping that basically controls every multiverse, all a possibility basically. What about it? I don't understand if there's a question in there, Intern Jones. Please specify what you are telling or asking me. Dr. Sherman, really a question for the chat in general. For the Charlie mini comic, what SCPs or other groups of interest or site doctors would you want to possibly see interact with Charlie? Well, for adorable anomalies to interact with a cute puppy, SCP-3092 can't go wrong. The guerrilla warfare gorillas are great for that. As Captain Gilbert says, you can't go wrong with Josie, the most famous pet in the Foundation. Dr. Sherman, is it okay to recontain SCPs using ketamine dark guns? Well, intern mapping, that depends on the biology of the anomaly. You have to be a little more specific. He's the one author I haven't spoken to that I want to, besides maybe Gears. But I hope Gears is doing well. I know he had cancer a few years back. Yeah, Gears has been in a rough state for a little bit. He ran a GoFundMe a bit ago that we supported because, Gears is one of the creators of the SCP community, and made some of the most iconic articles. So hopefully we could give back to the guy who gave us so much. Desk, is Gears still doing D&D on Twitch? At Gears Presents on Twitch? Do you know? Wait, Gears has a Twitch? Yes, and as soon as Desk answers in the chat, we'll know specifically what it was. But I think it's Dr. Gears Presents. Dr. Gears Presents Twitch. On TikTok as well. TikTok, Blue Sky, YouTube uploads of the broadcasts on Twitch. So yes, I have that right. Dr. Gears Presents. Furthermore, talking about members of the community making content these days, don't forget that Dr. Man, with two N's, SCP, now has a YouTube channel. The literal master administrator of the SCP Foundation has a YouTube channel now. And is doing video essays about the SCP community. And so if you want to learn more about the SCP community from one of the highest up people currently working with the community, this is where you would go. Dr. Man SCP. So Dr. Man, Dr. Gears, obviously Radiger is a YouTube extraordinaire as well as SCP author. Your favorite SCP YouTuber's favorite SCP YouTuber for sure. Don't forget about the Desk streams. The Desk SCP on Twitch. Desk has his own streams. Genuine question. How do I get more involved in SCP writing community? I've had ideas in creative writing, multiple OCs for years, but never put anything out even unofficially. So, researcher Angelif. Newly minted researcher Angelif. What I want you to do, first of all, just a heads up, to officially join the SCP Wiki, as well as the SCP Discord server and the Site42 Discord server, etc., you must be 18 or older. Because of the extreme violence and sexuality of multiple stories on the SCP database, you need to be 18 or older. Now, if you're younger than that, you can still practice your writing and get better at writing before you join. But if you are of age to join, then what I would want you to do as a starting line is, and apparently the audio sync is messing up again. 1 second. So, Angelif, since you are of age, you can go to the SCP homepage, and in the top left corner on the sidebar, your first goal is to run through the Getting Started section here. Guide for newcomers, join the site, contribute, frequently asked questions. That is where you get started learning about things. The Guide for Newcomers gives you a lot of things you need to know. The Required Reading Hub, thank you, has things like the site rules, the Guide for Newcomers, anti-harassment policy, all sorts of things you need to know, as well as guides for writing an SCP, posting art to the wiki, the green light policy. There's a essays and resources section and guides for all sorts of things you would want to know about the SCP website and writing rules and tropes. And so I want you to do some reading on the getting started version in the sidebar and the guides and essays, because that's going to give you most of the information you need right out the gates. Ah, that's where Sandbox is. You are correct, Bester. The Sandbox is also available in the resources. Sandbox is another part of Wikidot. It's separate from the SCP Wiki, but it's affiliated. Just like the Wanderer's Library is affiliated with the SCP community, but it's a separate wiki. It's the Sandbox is where all SCP authors write their drafts and share them around. The reason we don't just use a Google Doc is because Google Doc is linked to an account and you might self-dox by accident. So we only share sandboxes when we're sharing drafts. Dr. Sherman, did you know there was a global occult coalition wiki? Yes, I did, Desk. I did know that those gawk suckers had their own wiki for a while, but it just didn't work out, and so they became part of the main SCP wiki again. I think Author Clef was involved in forming the GOC wiki, if I'm right. If I'm not remembering that Author Clef didn't form the GOC pretty much himself with a couple other people. All right. Part of me wants to make a link tree that has links to all the authors' channels. Oh, that would be a very cool resource to have on hand, Desk. Could be a fun little afternoon project. Intern Jones, thank you for donating again to clarify on your question about the celestial entity that exists outside of existence and everything multiverse, an outside possibility that defines each element like fire, emotion, for example, warping on a scale not understood. All right, I'm still confused, though. Basically, Intern Jones, I don't understand if you're trying to tell me that this thing exists, or if you are asking about it, or if you are pitching an idea for an SCP. What about this celestial entity? How much longer is the coffee break, and why are you wearing glasses today? Well, to remember, today is not a coffee break. We're wearing sunglasses because today is an SCP-420-J break. And so the sunglasses are to hide any sort of coloration of mine eyes from recordings. Why can't we just terminate 420-J? Intern certified. Why would we destroy the crop? It's such a beneficial anomaly. Don't be a buzzkill. What are you doing? Oh, and also this stream has gone on for 2 hours and 23 minutes. I meant it to be 2 hours, but we've gone a bit over because the vibes have been. It's been a small turnout today, but it's been good vibes. So we're going a little bit over. It's nice. Also, are anomalous members of the Serpent's Hand welcome here, asking for a friend and definitely not for me. This broadcast is only sent to members of the SCP Foundation staff, except for in very rare circumstances. Some of those circumstances might be we're broadcasting to a broken masquerade scenario. And so when the Foundation needs PR, they put on my broadcasts because I mollify the public and inform them that we're doing a good job and they should leave us alone to keep doing our anomalous containment. Several staff members within the Foundation are double agents within different groups of interest. So perhaps if you happen to be an informant of some sort on the activities of Serpent's Hand, that might be a reason why you are here in the Site 42 staff only chat. All of the SCPs are fake. Technically, I'm pretty sure SCP-022-J does exist in real life. Oh. Oh. With a titanium fist, Intern Nulono. With a titanium fist. Intern Jones, thank you for donating again to say. I say this to explain the multiverse and that this thing is the origin of it, the first creator of existence, and technically the first anomaly to exist ever, i.e. a new concept for an SCP. Okay, I see your pitch. Well, creation of the universe SCPs are not as common as one would think. Obviously, something at that grand a scale would probably qualify for an SCP-001 status. Although, much like the Big Bang or any other theory of how the universe began, you would have to have a pretty solid article to meet that grand scale where you're going to write such a thing. How do you feel about the containment of the resonance cascade from Black Mesa? I feel like they did a pretty shoddy job overall. They could have done better. Would have been nice, too. Wouldn't have been such a mess. Mm-hmm. 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 Intern Kareens, while I do appreciate that the building is not racist, I do think it's important to contain a talking building. So please get on containing said talking building. That is anomalous. Intern Jones, thank you for donating again to say. I never said it was just one entity. One entity per element. Celeste of fire, Celeste of emotion, Celestial of imagination. An entire race of beings, creators of the first anomalies, first anomalous race. Well, that would still qualify as a race, a singular anomaly in that case. Also, how vast would that be? How many things are getting avatars? Do we have the Celestial of baby wipes? Do we have the Celestial of dog treats? Do we have the Celestial of terrible OCs who want to bang all the SCPs? By the way, do not fraternize with the anomalies. The pasta is racist and it's one of my favorite JSCPs. Yes, I do agree, Froy, that SCP El Dente-J is racist against Italians. Very rude of it. Furthermore, please, Doc, what is the number of the Taco Bell on the moon? So, Intern Spear, Intern Dixie, I'm going to show you the process. Are you ready? So, when you ask me what SCP is what, I go to a certain place on the SCP database called Google. And I type in SCP Taco Bell. SCP Taco Bell on the moon? Don't mind if I do. SCP-4845. Legitimately, this is how I do it, guys. Learn the method. You will be so much better at SCP database navigation. Believe it. The answer you're looking for is SCP-4845. But more importantly, now that I've taught you how to fish, you are more powerful than you were before stream. Congratulations. By the way, Site-42 staff, we are currently at the 2.5 hour mark of this stream. We will be stopping at 3 hours. And so, 30 minutes left. Froy, good point. When you are doing this Google foo that I have taught you, make sure you do not go to a fandom wiki. Go to the actual SCP wiki. Please do not get your information from non-canon sources. Intern Jones, thank you for donating again to say, the foundational concepts that we understand as concepts, entity that embodies elements and concepts. But I have a concept of a lot of things. I have a concept of a chair. I have a concept of a beam of light. I have a concept of a microphone. There are a lot of concepts, mum dude. You gotta be specific here. Like, how many do you think there are? How many celestials are you plotting for this? Is it just the elements? Earth, fire, wind, water, heart. Go planet! Never said it was a single generation race, one entity per concept. Never said it was a single generation. So what if, so you're saying that in the beginning there were X celestial concepts, but then as they intermingle and breed, further concepts are born, much how evolution and invention has created more concepts than we had previously. You could basically turn all of reality into a weird dating reality show between the concepts. Like, oh man, do you remember when the concept of machine and the concept of electricity started shagging? Now, bam, all of humanity has computers. It was crazy. What SCP is the Plague Doctor? Intern Dana. Or is that Dan A? Intern Dan. Since I am in that article, I can tell you with clarity and knowledge that it is SCP-049. or SCP-049-J if you want the silly Plague Doctor. What is your personal favorite SCP? Intern Angelif, I always say my favorite SCPs at the end of stream, like a tradition around these parts. And the end of stream is currently in approximately 25 minutes. If you wanted to find out sooner, you could cheat and go to yesterday's stream and skip to the end. You could find out there. Or you could simply donate and ask, and I'll do it out of a thank you for the donation. So, up to you. Either way, you will know within the next 25 minutes to be sure. I like the silly Plague Doctor more than the regular Plague Doctor. However, the Volgan's Plague Doctor voice does give me chills. It's damn perfect. Not as good as my Clef, but damn good. Volgan is a talented performer, as well as some of the other vocal performances in that article, I'll add. Yes. Ugh, I'm not making it 25 more minutes. Good night, y'all. Good night, Minty Andrea. Honestly, didn't expect this stream to go so long. Can you perceive SCP-3835 if you're under the influence of 420-J? Well, since 420-J is the stream subject, what is 3835? How does it affect your perception? SCP... Oh, stop it. 3835. Boom. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Nice. Description: SCP-3835 is a non-Euclidean Papa John's pizza located within a pollard beech tree in Catskill, New York. While normally imperceptible to the human eye, a door leading to 3835's interior can be accessed while subjects are experiencing the effects of THC. Well then, clearly, yeah, SCP-420-J will give you the power to go to the Papa. Don't take that out of context. Speaking of, why is the stream longer than usual? Intern certified. Sometimes just the vibes are real good. Sometimes my energy level is good, and sometimes the vibes are good. So we just stick around a little longer, have a good time. Base, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Also, it's been a minute. Hope you've been doing well. Grab yourself some curly fries on your way past the commissary. I put a Roomba into 914 on very fine. Interesting. The result is a Roomba that can travel up walls and on the ceiling. I also told SCP-1233 about Spider Moon, and it then proceeded to leave and come back with its head. The Moon Champion fought the Spider Moon? I would have thought the Spider Moon was another one of its Moon Champion allies. Well, that bodes very well for us in the future endeavors of Spider Moons. Very good report, I appreciate it. Also, just to check. So, I want it known that experiment log for 914 part 19 does include Roombas. And so let's see how the documented tests that we ran match Base's findings. So here we go. Junior researcher Boneka on January 9th, 2022 tested 5 Roomba robotic vacuum cleaner models manufactured by iRobot. In the 1-to-1 setting, we got a robotic model resembling a large specimen of a Armadillidium vulgare, more commonly known as a pillbug or roly-polies. Aside from the altered shape and method of locomotion, the output performs the same function as the original by cleaning debris from the floor through its oral cavity. When not in use, it curls up into a spherical form. So it made a robo-pillbug to clean the floors. Interesting. The second Roomba was put in on fine. One Roomba model modified to possess a spring system on its bottom side, allowing it to propel itself upwards in order to traverse raised surfaces such as stairs and countertops. However, the output was not equipped with any method of absorbing impact damage upon colliding with the floor, and was thus rendered non-functional after a few uses. Oops, they didn't teach it how to bounce. A Roomba model on fine again. One Roomba model now equipped with spinning blades on its underside, similar to that of a lawnmower. However, due to its size, speed, and relatively small debris cache, the output is largely ineffective at cutting grass on a useful scale. Another Roomba on fine. One smaller Roomba model, parts of the original model's mass were reallocated to form a swivel top-mounted piece with a long, thin barrel extending from it, much like that of a military tank. Upon collecting a certain amount of debris, the output's internal mechanisms will condense it into a small, dense pellet and proceed to fire it from its barrel at a high velocity. Upon impact, the pellet will shatter, scattering debris everywhere. Well, I guess that gives the Roomba a job to keep cleaning after it fires its shot. I was going to say the Roomba shoots its load, but that is not appropriate. One more Roomba model on very fine. We got a Roomba that, instead of turning around when met with walls or obstacles, will simply continue to drive through them by means of sheer brute force, destroying them in the process. The output proceeded to put a hole through several walls in the facility before inadvertently driving into the incinerator, which was in use at the time, promptly destroying itself in the process. Testing has been halted for the next few days while necessary repairs are made. So, you got very lucky with your particular input base. Very lucky with your input. So, all right, chat is refreshed. What if we cross-test SCP-018 and SCP-388? Well, intern certified, I'm not exactly sure what 388 is off the top of my head, but let's take a look and see how it reacts with a very, very bouncy ball. Codename the Ultimate Frisbee. Yes, this is the Frisbee that if you throw it, it turns into Krillin's Destructo Disc and cuts anything in its path along the way. I do not reckon that 0 and 18 and 388 would be useful to test with each other. I mean, we just have a bouncy ball and a cutty Frisbee. I don't see any usefulness in the test there. What are you trying to accomplish? Cut 018 with 388? Why? We don't want to destroy any anomalies. We can't research them anymore. so we wouldn't want to destroy the ball there. Besides, we have in the past, let's see, where is it? Okay, we didn't manufacture more rubber of 018 to make the bouncing boots that we equipped that armor with. We just put the rubber ball in the bottom of a boot, which was a, quote, terrible idea. So no, we don't want to destroy the anomaly by cutting it, because we would not be able to test it anymore. Why not? Is it not just taking up containment cell that can be used for other anomalies? You could say that of any anomaly. No, we contain it because it might be of use later. It might be good for a research test or a cross test down the line. Obviously. Would it be possible for 018 to meet 999? 018 is a bouncing ball. It can't meet anything. It's not sentient or sapient. It is just a bouncy ball. Base, thank you for donating again to say. I also have pleasant news regarding the anomaly Creus. It has agreed to remain in containment and provided a monthly visit by 166. We put it in a Dyson sphere to contain its immense solar radiation. A monthly visit from 166 to do what? After dealing with 1010-1's documentation today and 777-J, I'm a little iffy about handing out SCPs of a female gender to anyone. Ugh. Intern Mav, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some cream puffs on your way past the commissary. I became a moderator on SCP-CBM. I'm so happy. How are you? Well, I'm doing well, and congratulations. I don't know what CBM means. Is there an SCP comic book movie? I feel like CB would be containment breach. Clarify, but congratulations, and I'm doing well. Goose, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some pretzels on your way past the commissary. Didn't SCP-420-J partially negate the effects of SCP-729-J last time? They do. Minorly, you can see it's a lot less bad. Maybe I really do just need to relax a little bit. Maybe that will help. Containment Breach multiplayer mod. Oh, okay. I haven't played it, so I don't know how it functions. I didn't realize it had moderators. But congratulations. I hope you're keeping the Wild West out there safe. Those gamers can be terrifying. Also, Site42 staff, just a heads up, we are currently 11 minutes from the end of stream. The last 11 minutes of our little SCP-420-J celebration are coming. Can someone explain to me what accident happened so that Dr. Sherman can't say SCP-72? Nothing happened, except I saw that thing's awfulness. Read the documentation for that abomination, and you'll know why no one wants fuck all to do with it. It's disgusting. It's abhorrent. That's why, when I think about it, Angelif, thank you for what I believe might be your first donation as well as becoming a member. Grab yourself some M&Ms on your way past the commissary. What if we send SCP-682 to the Wanderer's Library? Let the librarians deal with it. I can't imagine it follows the rules of the library too well. Definitely 100% not saying this with ulterior motives. The Wanderer's Library, while it would be very funny to prank the snakes, we do have the problem that it is a very similar to the Infinite IKEA SCP-3008. It is a spatial anomaly with exits, and we don't know where it's going to come out, which means if it wanders out a door into our universe again, it's just going to be our problem again. So keeping it contained in general until we can destroy it is just the better choice. As funny as it would be, no. Mm-hmm. 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 SCP-1609 is still friendly. It's currently being used for the Anywhere Chair project. Really? Did you get a iteration of 1609 from a universe before the Gawksuckers chipped it? How convenient. It is a very useful chair. I return. How long has stream been going? Intern Sprite, we are currently at 172 minutes. There are 8 minutes remaining on stream. I was responding to someone else asking if fixing it would make it friendly again. It's a reference to 6001. Ah, I see. Nice. Hello, Dr. Sherman. It's my first time being in one of your streams, so I got a question for you. What's the strangest ability you've seen an SCP use? Well, first of all, welcome to your first stream. You're here right at the end, but we stream every day. At least we have for the last year without missing a single stream, so we'll see you tomorrow for more. But, strange. It's peculiar because we are the SCP Foundation. Everything we deal with breaks the laws of physics in one way or another. So, strangest ability? There is, you know what? Since we've already had some terrible, terrible fucking anomalies today, why not just layer on the crap? Bailey Santa. Bailey Santa's bodily fluids, all of them, are somehow Bailey's Irish cream. And it's able to survive all of its bodily fluids being Bailey's Irish cream. And it fills its bodily fluids into bottles so that it can trick people into drinking them. This weird, homeless Santa Claus is around peeing in bottles, and if you accidentally drink enough of the Irish cream from its body, then your blood turns into Irish cream. Your bodily fluids all turn into Irish cream. But since you are not anomalously able to survive that, you die. So it's just running around killing people for no reason. It's very rude. Ethan Stewart, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Get yourself some Chex Mix on your way past the commissary. Hello. Hello. Don't we have a temporarily contained Santa Claus? Captain Gilbert, we have 5 different contained Santa Clauses. Is SCP-2790 a cognitohazard or just adorable? Well, off the top of my head, I don't remember what it is. Codename, you've got a squid in me. What? A male Atlantic cranch squid. Initially recovered during a raid in the curio shop, Curios of the World, feeling lonely and sad in a tinted tank labeled Ignore. It was unclear why anybody would want to hurt 2790 or make him unhappy. SCP-2790 is endearing, snuggly, sociable, easygoing, and enjoys playing games. Yes, I do wholly believe that there is something cognitohazardous about this 2790 anomaly. Be careful when interacting with it. What was that quote you suggested for the Stop Trying to Bang the 105 t-shirt from earlier on brainstorming? I don't exactly remember. It's been a minute since we read 1010-1-J, but if you want to go back through the stream to the 1010-1 section, it was a rather long section, then we can get it there. But suffice it to say, I remember just yelling, "Leave him alone!" a lot. Leave Iris alone, says Nilono. Maybe. Chesta Factory, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member, and thank you for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi. Grab yourself some Hershey's Kisses on your way past the commissary. Got back from my cruise yesterday. Hope you had fun. There was an anomaly that we were containing on the ship out of the public eye that we were trying to figure out how to move it to our site so we can catalog it. I'm now in my site's infirmary with a fever, though. Well, that's unfortunate about the medical coming off, but that happens sometimes in a crowd around people. You're not telling me that you lost the anomaly or caused a disturbance, so it sounds like a successful mission, so overall, very good. Dr. Sherman, is it possible to remember something you administered amnestic for? You'll want to go into the guide for amnestics to look at the different classes. Some are more potent than others. They have different uses and different abilities and strengths. So it depends on the amnestic, it depends on the memory, it depends on the situation. Definitely, I remember in the teen ad, situation. They had to administer a drug, a nestic, to remember what was amnesticized. Sometimes thoughts could break through, but it depends on the thought and it depends on the amnestic. There's a lot of stuff there. Tricky chemicals. Mm-hmm. Like with 028, you can't forget the information it gives. Captain Gilbert, that's a good point. Anomalously granted knowledge that can't be forgotten. Useful. BRB, need to set up my fan. It feels like when day breaks in my room right now. Point of order. I don't believe when day breaks would change the climate at all. It's still sunlight. It's just sunlight with a different effect. Does it actually say anywhere that it got hotter? Curious. But Site 42 staff, we have successfully made it to the end of stream. And at the end of stream, as I told you before, it is the time where I traditionally say my favorite SCPs, so you know what to go read as my reading recs. But of course, I'm not going to tell you that the SCPs I personally wrote are my favorites. That would be narcissistic of me. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're on my author page, one tab over from those, I just saw something horrifying. Scroll across my notifications, and you're all going to suffer with me. Outro interrupto. The SCP Wiki just posted on social media. SCP Wiki Twitter post draft. SCP-173 emits blood and shit, but not piss, because we don't give it water. Fucking... So it kills us because it's grumpy, it's dehydrated. Gotcha. No, not gotcha. Noted. Sounds more formal. Okay. Sometimes the SCP Wiki staff be putting out the memes. Sometimes the Wiki staff be putting out the memes. As I was saying, while you're on my author page reading the SCPs I personally wrote, you could go one tab over on my author page and see a list of links. Links that people are very often curious about and asking for in the chat, but then when we get to the end and I give them all the hints, they never go look. It's so sad for them, but not for you, because you'll be smart enough to get the hint. And when you go to those links, you will have the options to become a Patreon patron of YouTube, of Site 42, or a YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi donation or a YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one message at a time. Or you can purchase the Site Director Sherman plushie. New black lab coat. New coffee cup. Color in your own favorite color hair highlights. Available for the next 23 days. One-time printing, and then it's gone forever. However you choose to support Site 42 by donation or merch, we greatly appreciate your generosity in helping us in our mission to support the SCP community, and we thank you for your generosity in helping me and the rest of the Site-42 staff keep the lights on. And if you're part of the Broke Gang and you can't donate or buy merch, do not fret. You can still help us out by being a member of Mobile Task Force Sci-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, clip our streams, clip our videos, make edits, anything you do to popularize the channel, as well as the SCP content creators we support, like Fisk Productions and their upcoming When Day Breaks live-action short film. When you do this media engagement work, you are helping us to get spread to more people who might not have heard about us, and you are helping us to open their eyes to the wonders of the SCP community. And that's how we get the engagement and the funding for bigger and better SCP projects. So we thank you, Mobile Task Force Sci-42, codename Signal Boosters, for your service in helping us to do that. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 399-3040, the Chase Book, History 501-515, Internet content warning, all that, so this is a rough read. Woo, tongue-tied. Site-42 staff, this has been another, well, SCP-420-J break with Dr. Sherman. I would say more, but a Ko-Fi notification just came in at the last minute. Let me get that before we end stream. Chester Factory, thank you for donating again to say. Trying to figure out if my headache came from my fever, has an anomalous and amnestic effect of it, or if it's just a bad headache combined with a touch of ADHD. The anomaly was still on the ship. A mobile task force is going to move it this week since they have the relevant training there. Well, that's good to know. And furthermore, man, the headache you would have if you would have been here for the SCP-1010-1-J reading. All of us, thankfully, were protected by the SCP-420-J, otherwise it would have been real bad. But SCP Foundation staff, thank you again for joining today's briefing. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. And I'll see you in the next video or stream. I smoke 2 joints in the morning. I smoke 2 joints at night. I smoke 2 joints in the afternoon. It makes me feel alright. I smoke 2 joints in time of peace and 2 in time of war. I smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I smoke 2 more. The credit song is Smoke 2 Joints by Sublime. Be safe, be well, Site-42 staff, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream.